night-time approached, Edward's bollocks got even bigger. Aware of the Lancastrian superior artillery, under the cover of darkness, Edward sneaks his force right under the line of fire, practically touching the Lancastrian line. Edward had played an absolute blinder, as during the night the Lancastrian artillery started firing on the assumed Yorkist position, which missed them completely as they were right under their noses. His sneak forward had gone unnoticed, and as the sun began to rise around 4 AM on an extremely thick, foggy day intensified by the cannon fire, Edward launches his surprise attack on the enemy. However, with the fog there's basically zero visibility, and the fear and disorientation caused the fighting to be extremely savage. In the overwhelming chaos of the night, the armies had lined up slightly offset from each other, and the Lancastrian right flank, led by the Earl of Oxford, with their overwhelming numbers, took full advantage of this, crashing in to the Yorkist left wing, led by Hastings, forcing them to rout, and then losing discipline themselves and chasing them off the battlefield towards London. Luckily for Edward, he couldn't see any of this due to the fog, so he remained calm, as the right flank of the Yorkist army smashed into the left flank of the Lancastrian army, in sync with an advance from the centre of the Yorkist army into the Lancastrian one. Soon enough, the Lancastrian right reformed and rejoined the fray. However, it wasn't the enemy they were charging into, it was their own troops, as during the battle, the line had shifted roughly 90 degrees. In the thick fog, Oxford's crest, which had a star on it, was mistaken for Edward's, which is sun in splendour, and Montague, the centre of the Lancastrian line, thought this was Edward's reserves piling in, and they started firing on them, not realising it was their own troops. Montague had also just recently defected to the Lancastrian cause, so Oxford's troops now start screaming "traitor," "treason," and flee off the battlefield, causing panic among all of the Lancastrian army. Warwick, seeing all of this chaos, now thinks fuck it and flees. However, he's chased down and soon killed. However, despite the victory, Edward's throne is far from secure, as on the day of the battle, Margaret and her son have landed in England.